Okay, the recording is started. Hello, everyone. Alright, so you all finally got rid of all those pesky barbed devils. Those pesky barbed devils that were suspiciously weaker than you expected them to be. Okay, well, anyways. Yep, they sure were weaker. They sure were weaker than that. Yep. They sure were weaker than you expected. Yep. I totally meant
I didn't expect a thing.
Totally unexpected thing. Just, yep.
Enzo wiping the blood off his mouth. That was surprisingly easy.
Enzo, no! Don't jinx it!
Enzo, no, don't jinx it! So, last I checked with, so, I think the only one who was worse for wear was literally Mortlock. I think he's only down, like, to 82. So, he is fine. Mortlock is a tank, he's fine.
She gave him one of her potions.
Yeah. This is why he's at, like, 82, I think. So,
Okay.
not to get metagamey. But yeah, now you all find yourselves in the lower cellar area. So which direction do you go? From where you stand, you do visibly see, at least from the map view shows, path on your right, path on your left.
So where do we go now? Ooh, sorry. No pop-ups. There we go.
Oh, hi, Hobbs. Did you want up? Come here. Come here, big boy. Come here, big boy. Come here, big boy.
Every baby talks to them when he feeds them lunch, and it's so cute.
They're my babies. Oh, big boy. You big boy. Hello, Miss Brill. Hello. Miss Brill. My big boy. Hello. Oh. Baby boy slumping.
He's just melted into his
Little baby boy
arms.
slumping. Little baby boy slumping into her arms. Oh.
So, I have no preference.
You have no preference either way?
Well, no. I turn to the slutty brother. I forgot his name.
Oh, you mean me? Yes, Amric.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, slutty.
Like you, slut.
That's...
Enzo points at him. You, slut.
Well, that's... Well, considering I just preemptively saved all your butts, I would like to think that I've already shown quite my usefulness, thank you.
It's not a bad thing. Being a slut can be useful.
I suppose in certain circumstances, yes.
Enzo does not actually call him a slut, but Enzo does ask him, do you know the way to go? Where your mother might be hiding? Like gestures to each door.
Okay, well, the DM/Amric would love to answer that as soon as the cat would get off his fucking lap. Thank you, you adorable fat little thing, you. Anyway, let's find out if he fucking knows. Because you have to forget, he is...
How often does this man go in his basement?
Oh, I do frequent basements, just not these particular ones. Usually the basements I go into are a lot more fun. With a lot more roses and a lot more coconut oil. Okay, looks like I kinda know where to go. So, Amric you see him ponder for a bit, and... he's looking at the way, and he's just sort of like, well, this is from Amric's point of view, so he's kind of facing forward towards the boxes in the south. So he points to the door on his right. And he's like, well, over there is the wine cellar, I believe.
Is that this one?
Why, yes, that one, yes. And he's pointing his hand. So that is the wine cellar. So, I mean, I guess if you want to just go ahead and take my family's store of expensive wines, then that would be the place to go. I know of a particular...
Later, for later.
For later, indeed. Let's see. I believe the sewer tunnels are in the other direction.
More water.
Yes, unfortunately. Van Thamper Manor is kind of built on top of the sewers, unfortunately. So, yeah. But I suppose that would be sort of the quickest way to my mother, if that's where we wanted to go. I mean, yes, that is why we are here. So, yep, that is as far as I know. Sorry, a little bit off. Still have a little bit of the demon blood on my knives.
So do we want the gross short way or wine?
I mean, I guess I would like to avoid walking through some more poop water.
Yeah, well, I suppose, but the wine cellar is just a cellar, last I checked. What you're seeing in the wine cellar is exactly what you're going to get.
So the question is, do we want to drink for bravery beforehand or drink to celebrate afterwards?
I mean, normally I'd be all for it, but that's more a me thing. I don't know if that's more everyone else's thing. I don't know, mute Templar girl who's been staring daggers at me this entire time, what do you think? Piss off. Okay, then. Morty, what about you? Well, I guess, wait, why am I answering this? You know why we're down here. We were supposed to deal with Mother. So we should just go through the sewers. I don't know even why that's a question.
Yeah, I'm thinking the faster we get to her, the better. Even if it's an unpleasant experience. Dealing with her is going to be unpleasant no matter what. We might as well get ready to deal with unpleasant shit.
Oh yeah, once you meet with her, shit on his shoes is going to be the least of your worries.
I guess. Hopefully the walls aren't too bad.
I mean, they're about as clean as any regular sewer walls would be, I'd imagine. Alright, looks like we're going through the poop tunnels.
Okay. Let's wait for
Through
that
the
fire
poop tunnel.
Dramatic sigh.
Dramatic sigh! Puddles is also extremely unhappy. Okay. Oh, I don't see any water. Oops.
Yep.
Very dry poop tunnels.
For now.
I am not complaining. Through the walls we go.
Whee!
Whoa!
Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Mother decided to put down the weird, creepy green lanterns in the sewer tunnels.
I mean, it could be worse. Oh.
Up.
Is that okay?
Go back. So, let's go. I'm- well,
Well, I don't see the reason.
I
not to keep
suddenly
racing.
have a strange foreboding feeling about going forward. Maybe we should turn around and try the wine cellar.
Okay, so. Well, I guess since you accidentally spoiled the thing, hun.
Look, there was no reason to not keep erasing. Nobody told me to stop. It's just a hallway.
Well, I guess this is what happens when I'm not the one controlling it.
Yeah.
Alright, so, again.
I mean, it's still a
remember
surprise.
Again, remember people, no metagaming. Get everyone behind the door. Get everyone behind the door.
They are all behind the door.
No, you're not.
What?
Behind the door.
You mean like back?
Just
behind the
one
cellar?
back into the cellar.
Okay.
I'm not. Well, I'm
We're
not.
behind the door.
Well, not unless you all agree that you all just mindlessly stepped through that door.
I mean, I really don't
He
think
doesn't
any of
push
us
it.
had a reason to
Wait.
think there was anything in there. So-
There was no reason for us to think that there was anything in there, and our goal was to go through the sewer tunnels to get to the mother. So, like, unless there is something that gives us pause when we open the door, I think
Yeah.
we are all going in.
Yep.
I mean, we already got
Yeah,
the point
like-
of commenting on
Alright.
the lantern.
All right. So.
Yeah, jokes aside, I think we all were just in agreement to go in there.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're being very trusting because we
Alright.
have a guide.
All right. I have an idea. Just go ahead and reveal.
Okay.
Just go ahead and do the reveal. I have an idea.
Okay.
Maybe I should.
Okay, from now on, when I put people through a door, I'm gonna pause and ask you all individually.
I should probably. I'll just go ahead and open up the file on my end, maybe.
We walked through a door and immediately saw monsters. in
No.
the
Well,
green
you.
glow of our
Okay. So
vision.
what you see when you enter in through the door are what appear to be a couple of cultist men in hoods. Seemingly, and their backs are turned to you, so they haven't necessarily noticed you yet. But they seem to be messing with what appear to be mouse traps and various contraptions of that sort and laying them out about the place. Nope. So they all haven't necessarily noticed you yet. So, since they have not necessarily noticed you yet, what do you do?
Olga deer in headlights, and then like looks over at the others, like.
Unless someone stops him, Enzo like will give a little like put a finger to his mouth before he'll try to stealthily approach one from behind to just immediately whack him over the head with his quarterstaff.
All right.
If he's doing that, Olga's readying an Eldritch Blast then.
Okay, roll for me a stealth. No, don't worry, because another thing of your character might come in handy.
I did really good. Hold on, I gotta find what I add to it. Oh yeah, I'm very good at stuff. 18 plus 5, whatever math is.
Heck yeah.
18 plus 5, so
Way more than
that's
20.
23. 23 to be exact, which is...
That's enough, right, Derv? That's
hold on,
enough,
hold on,
right?
I need to answer a message. Okay. Sorry, just answering important DM. Yep, that 23 is pretty well masterful. Pretty well just masterful stealth. You go up right behind them, and I am guessing you're doing that to proceed to try to snap one of their necks.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Which thing am I for the?
So it's this fella right here, the one that Enzo's right in
Yes,
front
but
of.
I need a folder.
Oh, right. Let me just go ahead and look that up for you. Eastern Pipes. Cultist 4.
Okay.
There you
we
go.
go.
Alright, so you do that, and you successfully go up behind him, and just... Of course, the thump is kind of enough to alert the other one. The minute he hears a thump and kind of looks to his left. And
That's valid.
and he looks over at the rest of you and is like... And now... let's see. I guess he would... He is within 10 feet. Okay.
I immediately when able, I'll also attack, but I don't know if you want to do an initiative roll or anything. But
No,
yeah,
because
I'm
what
just
Olga...
saying.
Because unless Olga wants
Oh, yeah.
to go ahead and use this, unless this is a thing that they have to at will do, my boy might have to make a wisdom save. So, unless that is something you have to do at
Wisdom?
will. Yep, because of
It's just an attack.
Oh, it's just an attack?
Yeah.
Oh,
Eldritch Blast? Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, no, because according to you, he has to make a wisdom save, or be charmed and frightened for 1 round. Or
Not
is that-
with the
Huh?
regular Eldritch Blast, unless that's an
Unless-
attribute of their
Oh.
item in specific.
Okay.
No. That's if I cast Misty Step.
Okay. Never mind then. Didn't quite
That would
get-
be so OP if I could do that every time I use Eldritch Blast. Oh shit.
Okay, sorry. I misread one of your features. Okay,
No,
so...
you're fine.
Alright, so, yeah, right now... cultist number... the other cultist is kind of just looking at you, and is just sort of deer at the headlights sort of situation. And he stays like that for a couple of seconds until he
Fucking
starts...
goddamn one.
Huh?
I rolled
Oh,
a fucking
God.
goddamn one, so I guess I don't hit him anyway.
What did you do? What were you trying to do?
I said I had readied my Eldritch Blast.
Okay, well, with that, if you'll allow it, I do have a funny idea. Would you like me
Well,
to do the funny
okay.
idea, or would you like it to just fail?
I do like funny things.
So, as you prepare your Eldritch Blast, instead of an Eldritch Blast coming out of the thing, a bouquet of flowers just kind of poofs out of the end of your sword. With a message from Tatiana that says, sorry.
Ah! Ah! She just screams.
Just with a magical spring noise. Just sorry.
Oopsie.
Oopsie doodles. Okay, and so that on that note, that cultist is a runnin', and he's going to start a running
I chase.
to down this way,
Okay. I cannot see.
down to this sort
No,
of.
I can't see on my end.
Right. Okay. So
If I did, everyone would be able to see.
yeah.
I will have him go into the dark.
Yeah.
And if you go after him, I'll go keep. I know what direction to keep making him go into the dark.
All right. So the party gives chase.
Enzo's out for blood.
Okay, so Enzo's out for blood. Go ahead and have him chase after.
Okay. So I'm gonna just start erasing.
Yep, go ahead.
And tell me when to stop.
Okay. So just
What?
go ahead and erase down to here. Down until you see a second light down to here.
So to the
Ah,
left.
the poop water.
At least it's not a lot of it.
So yeah, that's the first light.
So down to.
So go ahead and keep erasing down
To the
until you
second
see
one?
a second one. Yeah.
There's the second one. Do you want me to kind of do the area around it, or?
A little bit ahead.
Oops.
Just at least up until the outside of the area of the light.
Also, question for everyone else, really quick, like before I do this, does anyone want me to not kill this cultist for any reason? Just checking.
I mean, Puddles is kind of
Nah,
not into
kill
killing
him.
people. She'd be more like, should we ask him for information or something?
I like that's my only thought for him, but also not sure what information he can provide, except maybe specifics on how to get to Mama.
I think things are happening
Olga's-
so fast. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, Olga's thought process is they have all the people they need to answer their questions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, you do have literally 2 family members.
Pretty much, and Enzo's also probably an autopilot right now. So
Yeah.
So how am I how am I doing
Kill
this
time.
movement?
Well, you're doing good, so I just have to roll for him for something.
Okay. Is Enzo still running? How close?
Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
I'm guessing
So I
you're
guess
running
he's doing okay, so
next to the poop water, probably, right?
on the balcony. Or on the platform, just walking.
Olga wants to follow, actually, if that's okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, she wants to keep them in sight.
Alright.
the cat's still there.
For a second, I was like, what is that attached to me? Oh, yeah!
That's Slobber
I was
Chops.
just gonna-
Slobber Chops is still with you, I
I was
guess.
gonna
I
watch.
love slobber chops.
Anybody else want to come over, or?
The brothers will follow you, as will Riva.
Whee. So they're all hovering. About.
And is Willie giving chase as well?
Yes, he is. Apologies for my computer froze for a second.
Oh no!
So,
No, Willie's watching the door. He's watching the door.
So
He's
is
making sure nobody else comes and surprises him from behind.
Is he chasing? Is he chasing alongside Enzo, or is he kind of watching, like from the corner?
I'd say he's watching from the corner.
Okay.
alright. So you see the cultist. He tries to grab a book out of his robe and tries to cast something at Enzo,
Wait, let me check my mage slayer really quick.
and it does not work
Oh no.
because he
Ha,
rolled a
bitch.
1. So he tries to cast just dark magics from a book. Just doesn't work. He's snapping his fingers, trying to get something, just like, and he's just not.
Does
Nothing is
magic-
coming out.
Does not magic not work over here?
No, I think he's just stupid.
Well, while he's
Yeah, he's prone.
panicking,
He's prone, so yep.
into attack.
Okay, roll attack. Right, neat. Monster manual for cultist.
Lucky him, I rolled like shit. Hold on. Let me find my exact number. Oh god.
But you probably won't.
Okay. Yeah, that's an 11.
Yep, you knock him down to 2 HP. He's pretty well just kind of bleeding in the water a bit. He's kind of crawling. He's crawling back as he's looking up at you.
Oh.
Yep, he is scared shitless. He is just sort of looking up, fearful. Doesn't really know what to do next as he's just looking up at you, just waiting for the sweet end, I guess.
Could we just tie him up or something?
Does Puddles say that?
Yeah.
I think Enzo was like about to do it, and then he hears Puddles ask that, and he pauses and looks down at him. This poor, scared, shitless man, and children. The cats are fighting.
Oh, no. I heard it.
I promise they're just playing. Scooty is just loud and hates when she loses.
Oh, so she's a baby.
She is. She keeps coming back to play with him, and she attacks him just as often. So it's reciprocative. But anyway, like I said, he looks down at the man and will step off him after a moment before picking him up by his cowl or whatever.
His robes.
Yeah, by his robes. And saying, "All right, give me some rope."
Wait, are you talking to me or are you talking to...
The adventurers packs have ropes, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Puddles will take hers out and hop over.
If the dude asks, like, "Are you talking to me?" Enzo just growls, "No."
No, okay.
Here you go.
And he take it. And he'll tie the dude up.
And you do. He is tied up and is just sort of... you see him just writhe just sort of on impulse at first in the water, but, I mean, the minute he kind of looks back and remembers the position that he's in against the scary lizard man, he kind of just stops and just accepts that, yep, this is... I better just not do anything.
After Enzo's done tying him up, if he can find anything, if he can find anything to like shove in his mouth and gag him with, like some kind of fabric or something, he'll use it. If not, it's whatever. But either way, Enzo just says to him, "Hush and say prayers of thanks to yourself."
And yeah, I mean, if you were to like dig into his pockets, you'd find basically what amounts to like a handkerchief, like a cloth handkerchief. So
yeah, hell.
So you just shove that in his mouth.
Did we also take away his book?
We sure should.
Do any of you?
Oh, good, take away his book.
So, yep, it is sure a wizard's book. It sure is a wizard's book, all right. It contains a couple of spells, a couple of first level spells, a couple of second level spells. If you flip through it, you essentially see... Well, I don't know. Make an arcane check.
Oh shit, I don't have anything in Arcana, but I still rolled a 19.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty... So yeah, you look through this, and it is a pretty basic wizard's tome, really. I mean, it's really basic. So, it's got...
Aw, he's learning.
It's got 3 first level spells, 1 of command, inflict wounds, shield of faith. Second level spells, hold person, spiritual weapon. So it looks like this guy was aiming more for a priest bent than a wizard bent.
Oh, that's nice. You can maybe have this back when we're done, okay? And she puts the book away.
She
made
had this
it, by the way.
back after class.
Are you done making the little hoodie fella there shit his pants?
Oh, did he?
Oh.
Well, now Enzo does feel bad.
Well, like I said, we'll come back for you later when we're done.
Oh, he wants out of the water.
Enzo.
Oh yeah.
Enzo sighs and picks him up and puts him up against the wall.
So yeah, go ahead and put his little icon. Yeah,
There we go.
just slump him against that wall.
Yay.
Enzo just gives him a salute. It's like, turns to everyone else like, all right, which way now?
Forward, I guess. I don't know if there's any branching paths, so.
Well, time for me to roll Amric's intelligence again.
Our guide it's all the luck of the die.
It's all.
Don't tell us if he rolls well or not. We just have to trust our guide.
Okay, he knows what he's doing this time. Okay, so he looks down and is like, well, I suppose wherever that fella was headed down there wouldn't be too bad of a start. In fact, if we continue down the path, all the way down and take a left, or I guess take the only path once we reach the end of the tunnel, take that path, then take the right? The right, yes. If we go down that way, we should be good. And I guess if memory serves, shit, you know what? I'm more of a visual person. I'm sure I'll remember the rest once we see the way.
I mean, sounds good to me. Are we all moving forward without any hesitation?
Well, we don't know of the choice, so I'm moving if the rest of you aren't. And Mortlock kind of continues down the path, the way his brother said.
Yeah, Willie's following him. Willie doesn't see her.
You can always assume that Enzo will follow where he's told, unless I specifically say, like, actually, Enzo does this. So just assume if Amric or someone says that they should go down a certain path, then Enzo will go down that path, because he's their guide right now.
Yeah, same.
Where would you like Amric placed?
I guess place him in front of Mortlock.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. That sounded wrong. Oh, well, I'm sure I'll think of a better way to say that. Anyways, let's go down the path all the way to the end.
To the end? Okay. Yeah, that's mostly just I'm making sure I don't erase too far again. That's why I was kind of hesitant.
Don't worry, voice in my head. I'm sure the intuition will tell you exactly the right way. I need to stop being in character, or else I'm going to make Amric sound like a crazy person.
He's just not sober yet.
The Matt Berry voice is very fun to do.
It is very fun. It's very fun to hear. There's a lot of offshoot paths going on. Let's see. Good thing we have a guide.
Yep. A guide that is completely of his faculties and doesn't need anything. Yep, just a regular guide. Whoop.
Come on, it's perfect. So going
Absolutely.
left.
Let's see. Yep. Let's see. Down this path
Okay.
that I am pointing,
To the end of it.
then down to this path.
Okay.
But just short of here.
So stop at the light.
That's right. Yep, I remember now. I can make that sound organic. And like speech. Look, I'm sorry. When I'm nervous and I'm trying to find a place, I talk to myself a little bit. Morty knows this is exactly how we tried scouring Waterdeep that one time.
Is there
Yeah,
a wall?
you wouldn't shut the fuck up. It was kind of annoying.
Is there a wall over here, or am
A
I just
little
doing it?
annoying. Sorry, I'll go ahead and stop doing the bit.
Okay, so there is a bit of a wall I can stop at over here.
Yeah, so.
It goes pretty far though. It looks smaller on the guide on the reference map.
So yeah, I will say that as you're following along Amric on the path, I suppose the only real thing of note, you do find a lot more of the rat traps sort of strewn about. So again, just sort of seems like the cultists that you apprehended were likely just kind of the lackeys that were in charge of just setting up those traps. So.
How big are the rat traps?
Pretty big for pretty big-sized rats, but not rats of unusual size.
Okay.
If you catch my drift.
I gotta flip them.
I feel bad. I imagined Lily accidentally stepping on one and making like a car honk.
But yep, as Amric described, the place is kind of the only real noticeable thing of note are the very creepy green lanterns that are kind of strewn about the place, and of course the occasional bit of occult accoutrements, like some tapestries here and there depicting what seems to be a black-winged angel carrying a blue sword. A lot of golden mask, demony sort of little decorations here and there occasionally.
Is there some kind of knowledge I can roll for the angel? Is that of anything of importance?
I mean, you can roll religion if you want, if you're wanting any specifics.
I'm just curious. We're walking down a dark hallway. So it was religion, you said?
Yep.
Trying not to squish my cat.
Um,
Oh, nope, I'm not gonna get it. That's
What'd you
6.
6 plus what?
No, 3 plus 3 is 6.
Oh, okay, so a little foggy on the details. You know you've seen it, maybe. You know that's a demon of important, or that's a devil of importance, but no, you can't quite put your finger on it at the moment. But you know it's an important devil, and that's about it.
Okay, so I am at the light I was told to pause on.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll something for Amric again. Okay, no, whatever he thinks it's completely fine. So, he walks all the way out to here. But just put Amric out there because he's just walking full straight forward out.
I mean, does anybody else pause in following him?
Well, I'm gonna check Mortblock to see if
check
he
Mort.
stops. Nope, he doesn't. Okay.
Are you rolling for some?
Okay. What?
I was wondering if this is something our passive perceptions might be able to assist with.
Yeah.
Okay. So Willie, you have a passive perception of 10, right?
No, 8.
What is
Who
passive
has the
perception?
next passive perception? Olga. Olga.
I have 11.
Okay. So as Willie, Amric, and Mortlock walk out, Olga, you, however, do hear voices talking at the end of that tunnel there. They're quite very clearly talking. But unfortunately, yeah, go ahead and move Amric, Mortlock's, and Willie's out in front there.
My passive perception is 14. Can I hear them any clearer?
I will say.
What is passive perception? Which thing is that?
So passive perception. If you scroll down on your sheet, so just scroll down. It should just be.
Oh, ASMR.
He's leaned over.
Yeah. So passive perception's underneath there. So your passive perception would be. It would be a base of. Yeah, because a base passive perception is just 10, right?
It's like 10 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yep. So you have a 13.
Okay.
And the only reason why Willie's is negative is because he has a negative modifier.
Right.
So yeah, yours is 13. So basically,
Yeah, it's sorry. It's plus your wisdom modifier and wait. Oh, okay. That's why mine is. It's plus your wisdom modifier. If you're proficient in perception, then it's also plus your proficiency.
yeah. So it's also plus the proficiency. So anywho,
Wait, what is
perception is the skill.
What is proficient in it?
So
proficiency
it's
are
the
black dots.
skills
The
that
dot.
you're extra good at.
Yeah.
I-
So
okay.
them black dots.
I see. Okay.
You do not have a black dot.
No, I do not.
unfortunately. So, but you do have a regular base one of about 13. So,
Does she hear?
with the exception of our 3 people in front,
Oh my. So,
everyone
wait, real
else.
quick. Sorry.
Yep. Don't worry.
Wait, does that mean like just the if you're proficient, is it just the modifier or is it modifier and proficiency?
If you're proficient, it is your modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
for
I
Enzo,
actually didn't know that.
so for Enzo, he's proficient in perception. His passive perception is 10 plus 2 plus 2, 14.
Oh, okay. I ended up at 14 as well because I didn't realize this. I am also proficient in perception. That's cool. I didn't know that.
All right.
Thank you for. I learned.
Yeah.
So for those of you who got 13 and above, well, actually, I would even say just the 2 folks who have the 14 and then the 13 person immediately after. You all just before where you're at. So basically, where you see on the map of where you are, you all immediately notice the voices. You all immediately know that on the path on the right turn, you hear voices coming down that hall. And I'm going to say for the person with the highest one, which is Enzo, you can actually kind of suss out how many there are. You can guess at about 2. So. Okay, so do those actions what you will. What are you going to do for the 3 knuckleheads that are kind of walking forward?
If they're just kind of walking forward without a care in the fucking world, Enzo might encourage like catching up to them to try and like pull them back or stop them silently. Though
Yeah.
he's all the way in the back, so he has to get around everyone.
I mean,
Right.
okay.
But Olga also has that 14, so she could also try that
Yeah.
too.
So does Olga just give them like a psst?
Yeah, she would actually. That's exactly what I was thinking. She'd do like that little, hit like.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, just a psst. And that immediately catches... I'm going to say that immediately catches all three of your attentions. And that's enough to give you all just... You stop. All three of them just sort of stop where they're at. So I'm going to say go ahead and stop them just at the edge of here.
So up to the corner?
Up to the corner.
Okay.
If they look back at her, she's gesturing at them to come on over, come on back over. And pointing ahead of them.
Hey, doggers.
Yep, they stop just... They stop kind of where they're at.
Yeah, they're practically at the corner.
Yeah, they're practically at the corner.
So do they come back?
Yeah, I'm going to say Amric and Mortlock are going to go ahead and follow that.
What about Willie? Should I assume?
Yeah, Willie will follow.
Here we go. We're all back together again.
Okay, so I have an assumption we just sort of almost fucked up there for a second.
Yeah, I can hear people talking.
Right. There was probably going to be more of them. Shit. It's not the potluck today, is it?
I mean, if it was the potluck, I'm pretty sure the kitchen would have been way more busy.
Well, it's not like they let the fucking cultists eat up in the kitchen. No, they'd eat down here.
No, but like the kitchen would have been busy making the food.
I think that is neither the most important detail nor the most of our worries right now. Regardless, some of them seem to kind of be here. So, what do you reckon what do you reckon we need to do?
For the record, Olga actually looks frustrated at him saying that that's an unimportant detail.
I love Olga.
She concedes and keeps her mouth shut and no longer brings it up, but she does like look offended at that. Like, food, unimportant detail?
Mordlock sort of raises a hand, just sort of like, no offense to the professional in the room.
I'm not professional. I just know how to cook.
Mordlock just sort of shrugs. Alright, so how we wanting to do this? We want to do the charm way, the sneaky deadly way, or the right and blunt force way. I'm pretty good at the lattermost if you want, but I can understand if that's not the most preferable way of approach.
Enzo will shrug and he'll say, I'm here for a job. I'll do as I'm ordered. However, we are here to put an end to Madame Van Thumper. So, in my opinion, dealing with everyone now before they are a problem in conjunction with her is the best decision.
Right, sounds good. Oh god, especially is big on food. Food is a big deal, yeehaw. Alright. Well, I don't think they've... maybe... I don't think they're aware. So, what I can suggest... I can still keep up the lie of you all being escorted down here. Maybe I might be able to get us a beeline straight to Mother, maybe. Literally have them just walk us up to her door, if need be.
if things go awry, I don't think I want more of her underlings with us.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to have them open the fucking door, of course. I mean, by the time they lead us to the door, I just assumed that your skillful assassin lizard friend over there would just go ahead and do what he does best.
How many do you think there are?
Yeah.
I hear too.
Well, grabbing a couple of skulls and bonking them together like coconuts would probably do the trick. It's what Morty would do. It is exactly what I would do, yeah.
I'll support whatever you guys decide.
What about you, pissed off Templar lady? Shut up and stop involving me in things. I'm just here to do my job. Got it. Ugh. Cold attitude, that one. Alright. Well, if nobody here has any objections, I'm gonna go ahead and try to put on that legendary charm of mine. Alright, go ahead and move Amrit to the front.
I think he was always in the front.
Or to the... up to
The corner?
the corner.
Okay.
And go ahead and reveal just enough to here.
So that's pretty far, right?
So pretty far.
Let me see. That's two things. I don't know what those things are. I'm calling them things. Let's see.
I might just go ahead and just suggest... You might just want to use the selection tool, sweetie, and delete it. It's taking too long to do it by the eraser hand.
I can't see anything to do it that way. I made it bigger.
I mean, I'm in no hurry.
Alright.
The slow reveal.
So just to
Just enough to...
like that.
Just enough to reveal those two. Yep. So you can go ahead and just zoom out there.
You want me to zoom out really far?
Well, just enough to see both Amric and them in the screen. Yep, there you go.
Come here, Amric. Where are you? There
Up.
you are. He's so small.
Oh, shit.
How far do you want him to be?
Right up to there.
Where he is?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so the two cultists look over to him as they seem to be about readying their knives, but Amric holds up both of his hands and is just sort of like, no, hey now. Don't worry, it's just me. It's your buddy Amric. You know me. Mother's favorite to be. Yep. So, anyways, just here to bring down a couple of the sacrifices for tonight. You know the ones. The ones Mother always needs. Yep, and I also brought... Yep, I was able to apprehend Morty, just like Mother wanted from the rest of you, but you couldn't do, for whatever reason. Not that that's any of your fault, by the way. I'm sure all of you did quite your best. Anyways, I always get a little bit lost around here. Yeah, you might have noticed a little bit of that. So, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind just leading me to wherever Mother is. I was told by her to deliver these prisoners directly. You know that is a thing that she tends to like to do. So, I mean, I'm sure all of you wouldn't want me to delay that any further. Hold on, I got a little bit of a scrying ping. Nope. Okay, yeah, that was nothing. Sorry. That was a bit of a boudoir date that I forgot I had this late evening. Anywho, so, what do you say, chaps? The cultists look utterly confused by that for a moment. But they do sheathe their swords, and they're like, oh, okay. Sorry about that. That was the scrying stone again. You might want to turn that off when you're with your mother. I make no promises on this stone. It is arcane magic, and you know I know fuck and all about magic. That you do. We can take you to the madam then. So what you're going to do, you can go ahead and bring up the rest of the party behind Amric. God damn, I'm pretty popular on that scrying stone, aren't I? Again, you might need to turn that off. Again, no fucking promises on that one. Anyways, up to here.
Up to where?
Right here.
Oh, goodness. Okay, let me get everyone oriented.
Yep. So my lucky charm roll just made you
This is a cakewalk.
skip a little bit.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Am I supposed to kill these guys?
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Steppy weppy.
I'm asking to remember the plan, because
I think Amric just decided to be the charmer, do his original plan, because everyone was being quiet.
yeah.
Yep, I was the one who decided to take action, I guess.
How far did you want again?
To here.
1, 2, up to... Two. I'm gonna use that third lantern as a marker. But they're gonna be right before the third lantern, right?
Yep.
Whee! So up over here?
So right up to here. Yep. So let me just look up some stuff I had real quick. All right. Let's see. Yeah, just a little bit past the second bridge.
Okay, so like there.
Past up to here.
That's about where they are, I think. Or is there another...
Are they? Yeah, that is. Okay. So bring one of the cultists with you as well.
Okay. What?
Or both of them. So,
Is
okay.
that northern, western?
So, southern pipes.
Southern pipes. Come here, you guys. We're all hanging out together like a bunch of bros. Can I erase a little bit to show him more?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to stop. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the scrying stone there.
Is it anything important?
Hold on. Nah, it's just my Warhammer buddies. Just hold on. I'm going to just turn off the...
1 sec.
For 24 hours. There you go. That should mute it for the moment. Okay, sorry about that.
You think this is how they would orient themselves?
This one would actually orient them kind of behind this one.
Okay. That's cultist 2. Come here, cultist 1. So they are just leading. Let's see.
before you guys decide what to do next, I actually have to use the restroom myself. One moment, so BRB, you can plan or talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, yo, is Mr. Beast Burger any good?
I don't know. I bet there's YouTube reviews of it.
Is that like a restaurant or a show or?
It is a restaurant. It's a burger joint.
I never heard of it.
A very, very famous YouTuber opened a burger joint.
Oh, I keep hearing about that YouTuber, and I've never seen a gosh darn thing about him. But I know he's very famous.
He's very rich, and he does all these things that you could only do if you were very rich.
Yeah. And to be fair to him, even though he very clearly only does it for clout, he does usually do good things with the money.
Yeah, he's nice. So is there one near your house?
Yeah, there's one on DoorDash, and I gotta order myself dinner, so I was like,
You could be the one to let us know. I wonder if there's any nearby me. I'm gonna check.
I'd be amazed if there was, since we don't have a Wendy's here.
Yeah, the nearest Wendy's is an hour away. I'm just thinking, like, it's probably nowhere near us, but, like, I want to know if there's one basically within 4 hours of us.
Okay, be right back. Let's see.
Well, they got a 3.3 on my Google. On my Google.
on your Google. Oh, they do smash burgers. That's fun.
Oh, smash burgers are tasty.
Oh, crinkly fries.
Alright, I'm back.
I might give it a shot. I might try it.
Try what?
There's a Mr. Beast burger on DoorDash.
I hear their burgers are fine.
They do smash burgers, which I haven't had in a long while, so.
Yeah.
We didn't plan anything. We just talked about Mr. Beast burgers.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wanted to know if anyone here had tried them.
Alright, so the cultists do lead their way, and they sort of point to an odd sort of shaped stone in the wall, just like, alright, Mr. Amric, just go ahead and press that stone, and we'll wait out here while you go about and do your business with your mother, but do be quick. Madame Van Thumper is expecting a meeting soon with the High Priest.
Oh, Quinn, I didn't know you'd left.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd say be right back really quick.
Sorry.
Because my cat's going fucking crazy and I don't know why.
Oh, no.
Oh no, he wildin'?
Right,
He wildin'. I
Wildin'.
gave him more food and I filled up his litter box and I gave him clean water and everything. So All your fucking needs are met, little man.
Hello,
I don't know.
Stop
Never enough
trying
for a
to
cat.
cut my headphone
I
cord.
can hear him.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Calvin.
But
Oh.
he keeps like wanting my attention for something.
Mhm.
And to get it, it keeps trying to like fucking cut my headphone cord.
Oh.
And I'm just like, what do you want? Because I'll let him in my lap and everything. And then he's like, this might appease me for 0.2 seconds and then get the fuck off me,
Sounds like
lady.
he wants to play.
I can't play. I can't play, Daddy.
I'm playing a
He
little.
wants kisses.
He sure as shit don't. But I have a laser pointer, so.
This is why I like having the senior cat, I guess. Senior cat just as good with Holden. Isn't that right, middle-aged Calvin?
I was gonna say, so you mean Doodle?
And Doodle.
Because she's the only senior cat in this house.
Well, this is why I like senior slash midlife, I guess. I guess in cat years, Calvin and Hobbes are more 50 years old.
How old are they?
They're like, you got them in 2014, right?
Yeah. And they were 2.5 then.
They were 2.5. So,
Can you hear him?
yeah, I
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
So they're
I'm
10.
jingling.
Getting a laser pointer back and forth.
So they are at least 10 years old.
They're about 10.
So, anywho, so as in case you missed it, Quinn, all the cultists basically said was, okay, so here's a stone. Just go ahead and press that. That'll open the path to Madame Van Thumper, but please be quick. She has a meeting with the High Priest.
Oh, that's new. They didn't say the high priest before.
Yeah. And Amric is sort of like looking back at all of you as, should I ask more about that?
Olga nods. Nod.
Well, actually, Quinn, roll history.
Oh god.
Is this because of Enzo's
Enzo should
adventuring?
know his research. Well, so I guess I should say history with advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
Yeah.
Well, that was not better than my first roll. 1 second.
Okay.
12.
Okay, so
I slept in class that day.
slept in class that day. Well, okay, well, I will say, seems odd, but they could be talking about Krieg. Because you do remember that supposedly you don't see any other reason why it wouldn't be her. Though now your mind's kind of, it might not be, but it could be her. Because you did hear that, like, it was directly said that, yeah, she was working with that high priest. So, in any case, the cultists sort of just like, well, if you'll have nothing else of us, Mr. Amric, we'll wait outside while you go ahead and do your meeting. Right. And he's okay. Just gonna wiggle in between you, and I'm gonna.
How am I doing this?
You know what? I'm prisoner in the back. I'm sorry. He's the first one. He's the first sacrifice. He of course needs to be up here the front the most. Isn't that right, Morty? What? Isn't that right, Morty? Yeah, whatever. What he said. Sorry. So mine, Morty. You know how he is. He's a bit slow. Anyways, oh, prisoner, all the way in the back.
Enzo slowly walks.
I gotta organize it all again.
All right. Don't worry. I'll go ahead and press the button, and then that particular prisoner will follow right behind me.
Enzo tilts his head like he doesn't get it.
Yep, he sure knows exactly what I'm saying.
Enzo nods and says, "Yes, sir. After you
Yep.
lead the way,
Yep.
I will follow
Okay.
to be the first sacrifice."
Yep. All right. Just gonna press the stone then.
Okay.
So
What's
Amric is going to wiggle in between them.
Are they located right?
Yep.
Is that where it should be?
Yep, that's where the button should be.
Okay. Are you sure?
At least that's if where you have it is correct. I don't know. You're kind of. This is the tricky thing with doing this, I guess. Yeah, just continue going forward. It should be that you, if you're in the right.
They're right before it. They're more like here.
Okay, so you scooted just a little bit too far ahead.
Well, I had them at the bridge, and you said put them forward.
Okay, so scooch them back just a little bit then.
Okay.
Scooch everyone back just a little bit then.
Okay.
Alright. Including the cultists.
Alright.
Yep.
I'll get it.
Alright.
Don't worry. These things take time. Okay.
Alright, so scooch Amric in between.
Okay.
And just past them and into the room. After he presses the rock button and the secret passage opens.
Should I make a passage?
If you want, but it's unneeded. Alright, yeah. So, Amric's
Jeez,
just
those
going.
cards are huge.
They really are.
That's because I had to make this a little bit quickly and I didn't have time to fix up the map because things happened. So.
Ah.
It's gonna be on top of the guards. They're gonna have to deal with it.
Okay, so move Amric just a smidge forward.
Okay. Actually, that works. Okay. So Amric goes forward. About that far?
Nope, into the room. Yep.
Into the room.
Okay. Enzo is going to follow afterwards.
Okay.
Enzo will follow, and this is the point where he knocks their heads together, right? That is the plan?
That is hopefully how this plan will go. If that's how Enzo wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Go, Enzo, go.
Yeah, he will start to follow forward, and like as soon as he is like, they're right behind him, he'll like kind of like hold his hands out and say, "It's an honor," and then quickly like go forward a little bit to actually grab their heads, one in each hand, and just smash them together
Okay.
like a bunch of coconuts.
Alright. Go ahead and... I was going to say, if you want this to where no one will notice sleight of hand, but if you don't give a shit, athletics.
Either way, it is a 12.
Alright, so that's not quite enough to knock them out. You damage them well enough and give them a little bit of a wobbling headache, as that's like What the? Okay, so I guess Mortlock is gonna have to come in and. Good thing he has 2 attacks. Okay, yep. So Mortlock is just gonna kind of come in after the failed bonking. He's just gonna swing his oar and just sort of smack both of them in the cranium as they're prone. Basically Gallaghering both of them, essentially.
Woo!
Are they dead?
Yep.
Okay.
It was not silent in the least, but it worked.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
Okay, that could have been smoother.
Enzo shrugs. They're both dead. That was the goal, and there's no one else here, so.
Okay. Alright, so everyone can start filing into the room now if they so wish.
Yes.
Should I erase more?
Yep, erase that whole room.
The whole room. Okay.
It is lit up.
Whoa. There's some stuff going on in here.
Mama!
So you might want to, by the way, just to make this actually, since we're in combat sort of stuff, shrink Mama just a little bit.
You don't want a giant mama?
She's not giant yet.
Oh.
Lady Domitresk.
Is this...
So that would be where she is V28.
B28. Is she gonna be big at any point? Do I need to make a duplicate layer?
No.
Okay. Do you want her to be about the size of them?
Yep, about the size.
About like that.
Yep.
There we go.
Alright. So go ahead and file everybody in.
Okay, here we go, guys. You ready?
Yeah.
Fear.
Okay, is he gonna be in the middle of the room just like in front of her, or?
About a little bit to here. Right here. Right here.
Right there? In the middle?
Sure.
Is that where you pointed? I thought
Yep,
that's where you
that's good enough.
pointed. Okay. So how are we organizing everyone here? Are we just all filing in? How do I orient everyone?
Where does everyone want to be placed?
I'm good where Enzo is.
Okay.
I guess Olga would want to be somewhat in the back, so
Towards the door or just the middle?
in the middle's fine.
I think Willie's gonna stick by Enzo.
Right on top.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Busty.
bestie!
What about right?
We're gonna kick some
Uh,
ass.
Yeah,
next
get
to-
that hideous laughter punch 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 combo going.
Okay, so behind Mortlock. Kind of behind Mortlock. Yep, there you go.
Like that.
And Puddles is up to you. That's yours.
I don't know. She's gonna stay in the back too. Gonna
Alright.
hang out with Olga.
Alright. So, the room is lit by a pair of tall, iron-wrought candlesticks in the northeast and southwest corners. 9 candles burn atop each one, casting flickering light across a claw-footed altar carving from a single block of obsidian, and which has a small angel-shaped flame erupting from the top. A gray-haired woman kneels before the altar. So, and when she hears that door open, she gets up from her knees as you finally see just how tall and huge this woman is. Because once she finally gets onto her feet, I mean, she is...
Lady
she's-
Dimitrescu.
well, not Dimit... Well, it's like if... Well, it's an almost Dimitrescu, but also, like, if Dimitrescu, like, worked the fuck out.
Louisa.
I mean, Domitrescu does
Picasso.
have some muscle on her arms, so.
She does. So, just picture that, but little older, and...
Beef woman.
beef woman. So she turns to all of you and is like, "Oh. So I see you've convinced my stupid louts of sons to bring you here. It's typical that I couldn't trust you to do a simple job, Amric. Well, Mother, maybe you shouldn't thrust jobs onto people who were very unwilling of it. I put so much trust in you. And maybe in the end, I guess it was just misplaced. But no matter. She just sort of cracks her knuckles. After I'm done with all of you. Might be just setting up.
Yes! Play that in loop while we fight.
So she just sort of literally rolls up her sleeves as she cracks her knuckles. I suppose I'm going to have to go ahead and discipline you myself, the old-fashioned way. Maybe then, you ungrateful louts will know your place.
Goodness gracious, this woman is a bitch. So Quinn has to BRB real quick. Can we use
sure.
like this as like the break
Yep.
before we start beating the shit out of this mean woman?
Sure, I'll go ahead.
I asked because I'm ordering dinner.
Sure, you got about 10. I'll give you 10.
I have an interesting thing that might happen. I don't know if it's a good idea.
I guess we'll see. Let me just bring up Thalmara's stats. Okay.
Do you think that everyone would be mad if Puddles tried to do something before the fight officially started?
I think that depends on what she's gonna do.
Also, Olga's got something to do too, but then I'll wait for the moment we fight. It's not going to affect the fight itself, really. It's just going to be for flair.
If Puddles would do a thing, do a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're back? Oh, well, as I said to everyone else, I was giving folks 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I guess I should go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. What?
I just had a horrible thought. You know the meme that's like I fucked your mom shit lips?
Yeah.
Willie at her, I fucked your son shit lips. Fucking middle fingers up.
Fucked your son, shit lips.
Alright, what am I gonna have for dinner? What's for dinner? What am I picking for dinner? Let's find out.
In The Batman, they said Bruce Wayne's parents were murdered in October of 2001, meaning if you go by release dates, it's possible they were leaving a screening of Zoolander when it happened.
Oh my god.
They'd left a screening of Shrek. Oh wait, no! He'd be leaving a screening of Shark Tale.
He stole my seat.
Oh, Hobbs stole your seat. Hold on.
Hobbs, you fuck.
Wretched little man.
Come here.
The wretched beast.
I got him. Do you want to be with Mama?
I have to check something to see if Puddles does the thing or if she.
Oh, he went down. That's okay.
He just wanted my seat. He didn't want to cuddle.
Aw.
Let me see. Oh, it closed all my windows. Kinda. Okay, come on.
What are you doing?
Oh, my computer updated at some point and closed all my important tabs.
Oh,
I was doing a lot of research.
okay.
I was trying to get to like my spells, but now everything's all out of order and messed up. There it is. So I have to ask, though, guys. Is it understood that we're wanting to ask her questions first, or are we wanting to just brawl?
I
mean, Willie isn't thinking straight. He wants to beat her ass, but y'all, that doesn't mean the party wants to beat her ass immediately.
I've been under the impression that we are just here to brawl. Like, we know she's done bad. She is a very clear and direct threat. Enzo thinks we are here to take her down, not ask any further questions. Because
Right. So I guess the only thing I would expect of you is opening bits of banter before the fight starts. any little quip or thing you're wanting to say to her before this starts?
I fucked your son, shit lips! No, I'm not gonna, but it would be funny.
Puddles was going to not even speak. She was going to, as soon as the threat started from the mom, she was going to cast a spell.
Okay. So anybody else? So that's Willie. It's all just straight punching. No little opening bits of banter to start.
I mean, it looks like she had stuff to say, so
Nah.
Yeah,
She was
Willie,
probably her boys.
nah, something.
she had her little talk at them, rude
Okay.
bitch.
Yeah, while she was talking,
I
Puddles
feel
was
like-
just gonna cast a spell.
Yeah. What does Puddles cast?
Hold person.
Zone of oh.
Hold person. Mm.
Alright, is she actually just gonna go and straight up hold the person?
It's a spell.
Okay, did you already cast it?
Yeah, that's what she's doing it before the fight officially starts.
Okay, okay, let's see. Have to make a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed. Okay, and her wisdom saving throw was a 20. Does a 20 undo it?
Yes, that because the wisdom is just my character's wisdom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's your DC. So go to your spell sheet. Go up. Up to the top. Yep, it passes it.
Yep. She tried. There's a cat right under my chair, so I can't go near the screen right now.
Alright.
Puddles. That was Puddles' banter. She tried to cast a spell.
So she did. You see the light. You see as you try to cast Hold Person. Basically, like at first you see aqua rings, sort of emblematic of your goddess, sort of try to wrap around this woman, but you know she, like the hulking brute that she kind of is, just sort of moves her arms aside and just sort of breaks them, just like watered chains. And she just looks at you and she's like, "You'll have to try harder than that, you worthless excuse of soup extras."
Should she just call her a soup extra? Like something you throw in a soup?
Yeah, she just basically called you frog soup.
I mean, if you want to try me, you can. See how that tastes.
Okay, finally back.
So, in case since you missed it, just to repeat, so she tried to cast Hold Person, didn't work.
Oh no.
Yep, she broke the chains and basically it was like, "Yep, gonna have to try harder than that, frog soup."
And Puddle was like, try me if you want. See how that goes.
Oh, gladly, but I'm more of a barbecue woman myself. Alright, so everyone, let's roll our initiatives.
God. Well, I roll the initiative, and I have my physical dice back. Yay, I can roll it over here. But I just want Willie to get, like, he's more and more pissed off by how how little this woman gives a shit.
Whoa.
Like, he's visibly, like, livid. Until, like, her cracking a joke is just like, he just snaps at her like, "Is this a fucking game to you? Your son just died!"
Right. Thrust well. Well, I suppose his time and his usefulness ran dry.
Oh, Willie's pissed.
Unfortunately,
+3.
Amric did not. Okay, Amric did not roll great. Wardlock rolled pretty well though. might as well with her veteran stats. That's a war horse. Nope. That looks more like a lich. So nope, she definitely doesn't have lich stats. Okay. 11. Last one. I guess I'll deal with that. Okay. Alright.
Lord Amric. What did Olga get?
So Willie got a 15. Puddle's a 23.
Is Yaru here?
Hey yo, Yoru. Okay.
Sorry, what?
What did Olga get in initiative?
I got an 8.
8.
Oh, honey, it's okay. You're not as bad as Amric, so.
Though probably for the best. That. All right. There's the initiative. Thank you, Quinn. For being such a good studious, you'll get DM inspiration die.
As much as I would love that, and I will take it every fucking time.
Would you like to give it to someone else?
Can I give it to Olga?
Sure.
Aww.
Yay!
You are more than welcome to give that to someone else. Alright, so first among the initiative is Puddles.
Puddles is going to bless our team members. All player characters.
So bless, for those of you at home that need a refresher. You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. When the target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target gets to roll a d4, I think it says, and add to the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. So, yep, so she just cast Bless. To who? Who are you going to give Bless to?
All player characters. I can do up to 3, and we have 3 player characters.
Fair enough. So every player character gets one. So Enzo, Willie, Olga, you just got blessed. As you see Puddle hold her hands onto her holy object.
Water. She sprinkles holy water.
She throws water. But you feel that the water is just a little bit more blessed than usual. Almost as if by the goddess that she worships. As, you start to feel a little bit tingly. As though whatever you're about to do next has her approval.
My eye. Oh, but it's good though.
She threw it too high and dramatically.
Eldoth would like to apologize for her blessing stinging your eye.
How long does a spell last?
Until her next turn.
Ooh, fun.
So use it or lose it.
So use it or lose it, baby. Alright, so the next one in the rotation. Mortlock. So Mortlock, like the beast he is, he's going to start charging straight up to Mama.
Oh boy.
he's going to throw his axe and he's going to start swinging. And the first attack misses.
No.
So he swings, and Thalmara just kind of, just throws back and is just sort of like, I thought you could hit better than that, boy. I know I taught your lazy, scarred ass better than that. And, okay, Mortlock hit harder than that time. So he swings again, this time hitting. Alright then, how about this? And he swings again, hitting her right in the stomach. So I'll go ahead and... So let's see. Just so I can keep track of Falmara's hit points. That's Morty. That's Amric's. Okay. So D8. Alright, so let's see how much damage that do. Okay, he's wielding a great club. So let's see. 2d4 plus 4. And plus 5, since he hasn't technically taken any damage yet. So he just did 16 hits, or he just did 16 hit points worth of damage to his mother.
Hell yeah, buddy.
So, yep. You can see her just sort of coughing up blood just a little bit with that swing. But you see her sort of smile as she's just sort of like... I thought I taught you to hit better than that. But you always did sort of rush in, didn't you? And that's when she's going to react with... Yep, with Hellish Rebuke.
What is that?
That means when she is damaged by a creature 60 feet... Within 60 feet of her, she can see the creature, then damage... that she can see, that creature that damaged her is engulfed in hellish flames and has to make a dexterity save. If he fails, he's going to take 3d10 fire damage.
Oh, the fire.
Okay, let's see if...
Okay,
Let's see if old Morty... Nope, Morty doesn't.
I gotta say, with that knowledge, I had a plan. This does not affect the plan, but it will look like this affects the plan. But I already had the plan. Just so you know.
The plan is great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not metagaming here.
Alright, so that means Morty just now takes 66. So you see him, almost as if she were trying to be ironic to Morty.
Aw.
Fire sort of just burns up onto that same side that has already been burnt onto him. The side of his face that is burnt is once again engulfed in flame, almost as if that this has happened to him. I mean, he steps back, but he's almost sort of... This is a feeling that is familiar to him. So he's still standing, but he is burning, sizzling, and on fire on his burn marks once again. So that's Thal's turn. Okay. So she's gonna go right into Morty.
Oh no.
And... Let's see. She is going to attack with Eldritch Blast twice.
She is not within 5 feet of me, correct?
Yup, the only one in range of her is
I
Morty.
figured, but I thought I'd ask to make sure.
Yep. She is only focused on Mortlock right now. That hits. That doesn't. But the first Eldritch Blast does hit. So she hits again, or she hits, and that does. Let's see. How much does her Eldritch Blast do? Okay. 1d10 plus 4, so she just hit him for 12. Morty's not looking too bright. So Hellish Flames just sort of, she takes her arm, it's engulfed in flames once again, as she basically just kind of goes in and grabs onto Morty's on the unburnt side of his face, as she just kind of point blank just sort of blasts him with an Eldritch Blast kind of into the face. He is taken aback. He's holding himself, screaming kind of in pain, but he's still holding on. And Thalmara, as she's doing this, she's just sort of like, "You only brought this on yourself, you stupid lout. All you had to do was stand back and listen. That's all you had to do." Alright, next one is Enzo.
Okay, so I have something I want to do, but I need you to work with Tree on making a visual for me so that I understand exactly what I'm casting, where it is being cast, and how far it is affecting.
Okay.
Sure.
Because what I want to do is I want to cast Silence, like on her in her area. That way she can't use any spell with a verbal component, which, would include Eldritch Blast, bitch. But I need to make sure I can cast it where if there's enough room to cast it so that the team members can stay out of that little zone and use their verbal component spells.
So how big is the zone for Silence?
It is a 20-foot sphere. So for right now, like on a separate layer, from Thalmora,
15, 20.
make one line out towards us, probably.
Right.
That'll be easiest right now. That is 20 feet from her.
How are we doing
So for this,
space
5,
again?
10.
Yeah, that's exactly why I have to ask.
So the
So
sphere
right
would be
before?
just out. It would be just barely right there. That's the line. So it's
Okay.
So it's just outside Amric where he is. So you all are basically just outside the bubble radius of where it would hit. Essentially.
That's a pretty
Okay.
circle.
Okay. Then that is fucking perfect. So, just keep that there then. Let me make sure.
Cast shut the fuck up.
I do cast Shut the Fuck Up. Like, we're not going to be able to banter with her anymore, but also, she won't be able to say shit either. Shut the fuck up, lady. And for this, it says, I'm gonna copy paste the rule. And I will run this by Durham just to make sure I also understand how this works. For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through the 20-foot radius sphere centered on this point. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. Creatures are deafened well inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. You cannot cast a spell with a verbal component within that sphere. However, outside of it, you can do that. And I think it could pass through it so long as it is not a sound-based spell. but it's just in that sphere of silence. She can't do anything. She can't say anything. That she can't make that verbal component that the spell needs to activate.
So if you're
outside of it,
right,
it's fair game.
So you're basically saying, like, is the zone an anti-magic zone, essentially?
Yes, and from how I'm reading it, it shouldn't be, unless it is a sound-based spell.
Unless, in rules as written, I'm not seeing anything that says that it is explicitly anti-magic, just anti-sound.
Yes, so that means that, like, Olga's Eldritch Blast and any bard magic that,
requires a vocal component, then...
that requires a vocal component, they can cast it outside of it, and it can activate.
Yep.
But if it's like thunder damage, or if it requires, I guess if it requires her to hear it, then no. So it might fuck with a couple of Willie's spells.
Maybe.
But if Willie only needs a verbal component to activate it, it shouldn't.
Yep, so long as Willie is outside of the bubble, it should not mess with any of his abilities, unless they are...
Yeah, looking at my spells, I should be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you kind of cost Willie his Thunder Wave spell, but that's about it.
Okay.
Wasn't planning on using it anyway, though.
So, that's about it.
Hella. So that just means, guys, stay out the love bubble. And me and Mortlock do everything in our power to keep her in that bubble. Okay. Then, yes, I would like to spend let me make sure I understand my own action economy.
Go on ahead.
Okay. So yes, it is an action. Good. I would like to use my action to spend 2 key points and cast silence in that area, right on her, so that circle is the affected area that everyone needs to stay the fuck out of. And that'll be my action, and then I will bonus action try to beat the shit out of her.
All right.
Is he running in?
Yeah, actually, he would slide in.
So yep.
Give another hush as he casts silence.
So yeah, you just kind of, with a flick and a wave of your hand, you just kind of put your finger onto your mouth, as if you were doing the librarian hush, but as you take a deep breath in and breathe out, you see that sort of magical mist kind of come out of your mouth, as it then sort of starts to form a dome around Mortlock and Thalmara, as it becomes said 20-foot sort of dome, essentially. Like, it's almost as if, the entire place was kind of put over with like a purple filter, essentially. But then you just sort of, after that's done, you then do your monk flip in, and Thalmara and Mortlock kind of look around themselves as Thalmara tries to say something, but then she sort of realizes, nope, she can't talk.
No talking, bitch. And of course, bonus attack.
Alright, go ahead and roll for a bonus attack.
$17.
That hits.
Taste quarterstaff, bitch. Wait. Okay, yes, I did do the right thing. 9 damage, baby.
Just had to check something, I guess. 9 damage? Okay.
Mhm.
So, I just tried to see if Hellish Rebuke would work. Turns out it's not. It's a verbal component, so...
A lot more spells are verbal component than you think until you can't use them. Man, I love playing a monk.
So, she's trying to say something like, you know, burn by my hand or whatever sort of verbal thing she would usually use for this. But again, she's finding that it is not working.
She also can't use a reaction anyway because she already used it.
And she already used it.
Yeah.
So, again, she's trying to do it, but she's like, the words aren't escaping her lips for whatever reason. And as she's doing this, you take that opportunity just to sort of whack her in her face.
Enzo's so cool.
Alright, so let's see.
Oh yeah, and I also have the Mage Slayer feat for anything she does actually try to cast.
Alright. Next one in the rotation is Willy.
Oh boy. Let me see.
I accidentally closed my character sheet.
Willie leaves. He's like, Enzo's got this. Okay, bye-bye.
Willie's like, I'm not needed. No. Willie is... I think I know what he's gonna do, but I want to look over all my options real quick just to make sure. Yeah, okay. He's... He's gay. He sees that Mortlock is like the most hurt right now and is gonna use Cure Wounds.
Aw.
He wants to keep Mortlock topped up.
Good. Be a good boyfriend. You have to be close to do cure wounds? Do I need to move him over or?
What is the
I
distance?
think Cure Wounds requires touch.
Oh, it requires touch. Well, Willie's stupid. He could.
Really quick, is it also, does that one have a verbal component to it?
What, healing word?
No,
Cure
Healing
Wounds.
Word does. Does Cure Wounds have a verbal component to
Components
it?
are V and S.
Then, yeah.
Fuck! You screwed me out of that action!
Does he still do that? Is that what he still tries to do?
No, he can't, because there's a stupid little silence field and he knows he can't say shit in there.
Aw.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry you can't use Cure Wounds. I'm not sorry for anything else.
I'm gonna look at my other options then, because you fucking screwed me over.
I
Let's see.
said my plan for a long time.
I'm stupid!
It's okay. We all have regrets.
He's just gay. He
I
can't be
never did.
helped.
He is! Okay, let me see. Can they hear things outside of the thing?
No.
Okay.
They are deafened.
Fuck's sake! So much of my shit needs people to hear me.
I thought you said it would be fine.
I don't think I realized how much of this shit had verbal components until
my
I was
I mean,
looking.
if
You are the bard.
If you are outside the circle, if your spell has a verbal component to activate it, then it's fine. You can cast your spell outside of the circle, and it can still affect them within it, unless
It
they
requires
have
them
to.
hear it.
They are required to hear something. So, like command, you couldn't do because they can't hear the command. But Eldritch Blast, Olga can do because it's just a verbal component to activate it.
Yeah, but so much of this shit needs people to hear me.
Does it though? Like Vicious Mockery, do they have to hear you say it? Like, is that the wording in the rule?
If it, okay, okay.
Some spells. Hang on, let me look it up on my thing. My thing has quick mark. I have a little spell book that has quick markings on whether it's like you have to use verbal vicious mockery.
Mm-hmm. Like, do they have to hear it for it to? Do they have to hear the Vicious Mockery, or is the verbal component just something to activate Vicious Mockery? Because theoretically, I think you could say anything, and Vicious Mockery works because it just requires a verbal component.
If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed in wisdom. Yeah, it has to hear you.
Okay, then yeah. So that one, no, you can't use. Because it has language in it that says the target must hear you. But if it doesn't have that language, even if it needs a verbal component, you should be fine because you are outside the circle.
Okay, 1 second. I think I have a different idea. Let me see if I can pull this off. Hold on. So we delve at it D&D. But I need to check something really quick to make sure I can actually do what I want to maybe do now that. Okay.
You were thrown a Joker card.
Okay, it's looking like I can. I just had to check the. Okay, it can't be. Disappears after a number of hours. I mean, shit. Okay, I think I can do this. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck it. Okay. I'm just gonna see how much damage this thing can do. Pog. Okay. So Willie is gonna so he's a creation bard. He can do createy stuff. I can use performance of creation to make an object, and I've checked what kinds of objects I can make, like what my limitations are currently. And it looks as though I can make a hand axe.
Oh. And you are still blessed.
Yes. And
D4
I want.
You make a hand axe and.
Yeah, as an action, I can make a hand axe, and what I want to do with it, I want to throw that bitch. Can I throw it? How far does throwing a weapon work?
It depends on what the hand axe, being a thrown weapons range, is. You'd have to go find it in the
Furthest it can go is 60 feet.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Yep, range 20 to 60. So yeah, you can throw it.
And I am proficient with it as well because it is a light weapon. So, okay. So what I do is then I roll the d20. I add the proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using strength, so I'm not gonna use dexterity. It has to be strength because it doesn't have finesse. So I'm gonna roll d20, add 2, and then
Add the d4 from Puddles' Bless.
well, I add the d4 if it hits because
Okay.
that adds to the damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an 18 plus 2. That's a 20.
That hits. Dirty 20 counts.
Okay, yay, fun. Then it does 1d6 and now plus 1d4. My my d6 landed on 6, and my d4 landed on 2, so that's 8 slashing damage. To the bitch.
So as she's basically kind of recovering from being hit in the face, you take that opportunity to, with your own. You know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of a tune flourish to this. I'm gonna say that it's from your own body. Ink starts to swell, as it then sort of creates a little bit of a hand axe in your hand. And you're taking that hand axe and you're just throwing it. So you're throwing that axe and it hits her. It goes for 8 damage. And you said 8, right? 8.
Yep, 8 damage, and if she looks at Willie's direction, Willie is flipping her off.
Yep, as she feels that sort of hit into the face, as she touches her own, she sees the stained black ink, and looks over to where it came from, which is towards you, and yeah, she is just pissed.
He's taunting her. He's like, nah, 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 turns around, smacks his ass, like, fucking, like, basically, like, come over here, you big fat bitch. Fuck you.
Alright, it's Rhea's turn. Let's see what our little veteran can do. Alright, so she is going into the bubble and going in for an attack. So move her into the bubble. And she's gonna go for her multi-attacks. That hits. And that hits. So that means 2d8 plus 6. $17 damage.
Bye, bitch.
Not quite, but that hurt. She's bleeding out. Okay. Yep, slash, she goes in, but Thalmara is still standing, although she ain't looking too good. Olga, you're next.
Okay. I'm going to preface this with saying this is off visual flare.
Sure.
and there is no damaging components to this, what I'm about to describe. After, like, hearing her basically mock her son who died and attack another one of her sons, that's it. Olga's very upset, and she, like, bursts into flames for a moment. Again, purely visual.
Does the
Sure.
cat
And-
fly away?
I think I get what
And
you're doing.
magical girl transforms. Yeehaw, now she looks like this. She points at oh my god, what's her name? Lamar. And she places a curse on her using Hex. I don't think. No, there's nothing she can do about it. She just gets cursed.
So why don't you describe how the hex plays out?
I put a curse on her. So until since she has been dealt damage, I will deal extra necrotic damage to her. Let's see. Oh no, wait, it has nothing to do with how much damage she's already got. So I just deal extra necrotic damage. And this is also a bonus action, so I still get to attack.
So what does the visual
Also,
look
she
like as
has-
she curses?
she also has disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, cool.
With an ability of my choosing.
Nice.
I'm gonna say probably like wisdom.
Cool.
She has disadvantage on wisdom ability checks. So yeah, she will point, like after bursting the flames and forming to this, she points, and like just a gunshot of a small, like reddish purplish flame hits her, and let's say it leaves a mark, like an eyeball, like it's magic. It's it's not actually gonna harm her in any way. It's just gonna help me harm her. Hee hee hoo hoo. So reddish purplish flame, little eye,
So I will.
and then
say-
she points.
Oh, go on ahead.
Oh, and then she points her altered weapon, which looks less like a sword and more like a crossbow now. And with that, she shoots Eldritch Blast, and this is again that purpley reddish flame instead of the bright orange that it usually is.
Mm.
So, and I get to add. Oh, okay. I remember that I was blessed. Where my D4 at? Okay, so, hang on, let me roll. No, my dice fell off. I'm gonna roll again. All right, does a 24 hit?
Did you roll a 20?
No, I actually rolled a 13, but the D4, I rolled a D4 which added 3, and I have a plus 8 to my Eldritch Blast thanks to being part fighter.
Huh. Okay, yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So I get to.
Jesus Christ, that plus 8!
She mad. She don't like this lady.
You said I'm tired of my Eldritch Blasts not hitting.
Oh my god. So, god damn it, and 8 damage. It looked cool though.
Yep.
Did you add the bless to it?
Oh, I thought the blessing goes to the actual attack and not the
No, the blessing.
not to the damage.
The blessing goes to the damage, not
Yeah.
the hit.
Oh,
But I mean, either way, it still hits. Just add.
I can add that 3 to it then. So
Yeah.
11.
So it's 11 damage. And
I'm sorry, I thought it was to the attack itself, not to damage.
it's okay. By the way, does that also include the necrotic damage that she also has to take?
Yes, I included necrotic damage. If it makes a difference, the necrotic damage was 1.
Fair enough. I will say, so it's 11 now?
Yeah, the total is 11.
Cool. So, I will say, if you'll allow me this little bit of flair, you know, as you take out your finger and you shoot at Thalmar's eye, at first she thinks it's gonna hit her back, but of course she realizes that there isn't really. She doesn't feel the force at first, until she suddenly starts feeling a stinging inside the back of her head, as the scar starts to kind of branch out and twiddle about like tree branches, almost as if her very face is being burned with the red energy of the Fae itself. As the scar literally starts to branch out and leaf out like little branches and everything. And inside her own head, she's just hearing like just screams inside her own head, essentially. As she's like, she doesn't know where they're coming from, but they're sounding like child screams.
Oh.
But as she's being distracted by that, you, being the badass you are, you just kind of take out that crossbow sort of flourish, and you just, you actually shoot her in the head this time with that Eldritch Blast. And she is taken aback and she is hurting, hissing, and just, ouch. She is... Olga did the worst type of thing possible to this woman within her power. She is making this bad mother regret everything that has led up to this point.
Don't be a bad mummy.
Alright, and the last one in that rotation is Emmerich. Okay. Emmerich's going to play stupid.
What?
He's going into the bubble after his mother.
Amric, no.
So, he's gonna go in.
Emmerich, your vocal components.
Well, he's a rogue, he has none.
Oh, I thought he was a spellcaster for some reason.
Yeah.
It's okay. We are all clearly flanking her, so he's got some type of advantage.
So he's gonna make 3 dagger attacks. That one hits. That one hits. That one does not, but 2 of the daggers do hit. As, you know, he kind of takes his daggers, and as she's screaming in pain, Emmerich takes this opportunity to stab her in the shoulder, then stab her in the other arm. As, you know, he misses the last time as she's able to just barely kind of get out of the way. But, okay. So 2d4 plus 8. Oh! So, okay. So Emmerich knocked her down quite a bit. She is bleeding. And she's just sort of, she looks at Emmerich with this sort of expression of almost as if, why? Like, why are you doing this? And the only thing Emmerich can really say is, this is for Thrustwell.
Can he say that at all?
He says it, but they don't hear it. I guess the most she could do is like read his lips.
Yep, but he makes sure to make it clear that it's like, no, even when motioning his lips, he's just sort of like, this is for Thrustwell. So yeah. All right, and the last one. Let's see. It's Puddles next.
How's Mom looking?
Looking pretty bad.
So, Puddles, I have a question. These lesser potions of healing,
Uh-huh.
How much do they do for again?
For her, the minor ones,
Yeah,
1d4.
1d4. So mom's looking pretty taken care of. So Puddles is gonna run in. She can't heal, but she can give the potion to Morty.
It's Mortlock.
Yeah.
So you're gonna throw the minor healing potion to Mortlock.
Well, she's gonna run over.
Okay. So you're gonna run over behind him.
Does she need to toss it, or
She can toss it. She doesn't
Okay.
need to go into it to hand it to him.
she's gonna hand it to? I don't know if
You would
is
just
that
need
her
to
whole? Is that all she can do? Is just give him the potion?
Yeah.
Is that her whole thing? Yeah.
So you just hand it to him. Mortlock pretty well kind of knows what you're doing, and he takes a chug.
Mm-hmm.
And that does heal him up for 4 damage. It's not much, but I mean, it's better than none. It's better than what he had. So,
That's all she can do with the silence.
so he does it, and he drinks the whole bottle. It's empty, and he sort of just tosses it aside. But he looks down at you and nods. And it's Mortlock's
Thank you,
turn.
tiny frog.
She's doing her best.
Okay, so let's. Okay, so this is Mortlock.
I hope he fucking one-shot kills her. Get her ass.
Alright, so let me just see. I mean, he's
Don't forget, she is clearly flanked, so he has advantage.
he has advantage, and she is. He doesn't even really need to do much because I am going to say no matter what. Yep. Yep. So. Alright, because let's see. She can't do Hellish Rebuke anymore. Yeah, and his Great Club is more than enough, even at minimum. Alright, so this is Mortlock's kill. I guess. So Mortlock.
Good,
as
he deserves it.
Yeah.
As he's looking over and seeing, seeing his mother bleeding out and sort of looking at him with just sort of a look of just vicious, venomous sort of spite. He's just sort of breathing heavily as he's just sort of still burnt and still sort of bleeding. He's just sort of like, in a weird sort of way, I guess you kept your promise to Dad. I was able to take care of myself after all, no thanks to you, so I guess I turned out alright in that respect.
Yeah. I guess
He's just he's just muttering. He's just
No, honestly, for additional flavor, since she is
Yeah.
clearly dead and outnumbered, and Enzo can end the spell at any time. So, like, if he's saying last words, then Enzo will end the spell so she can hear them.
Well, no. Okay, I will say before the spell, he's just looking over at he looked over at Enzo and just sort of nodded, like, yeah, let me have this.
Yeah, man, you can have this. This is all yours.
Yeah, and he's just like, so okay, so yeah, let me, yeah, so in a way, I guess you did keep your promise to Dad. I wish I could say it's been good, but it hasn't. Goodbye, Mum. And he just sort of, with his club, just sort of takes a whack and just cracks her head open like a watermelon.
She did.
Rip.
Yay, Mortlock. I think Willie's kind of like, "Oh shit, it's over! Oh shit, it's over!" Like inside, like he's not saying it, but internally he's like, "Oh, it's over! It's over! Oh my god, it's over!" He, he he's been kind of on edge about everything, so it's kind of like hitting him like, "Oh, it's over! It's over! I can be calm." He's gonna run over to Mortlock and just hug him on the leg, like, "Oh, thank God you're alive!"
Get out of here.
Thanks. So as that's happening, though, you see Thalmara's body you see Thalmara much in the same way that happened to Thrustwell, sort of burn into ash. Into fiery, cindery ash as her body just sort of crumbles apart, essentially.
Can Olga walk over?
Sure.
Olga walks over and she spits on the ashes.
Yeah, bitch.
Willie grins at her.
Well, can't say that she didn't deserve it. But you see Mortlock sort of walk up to the ashes, sort of being careful to avoid the spit puddle that's sort of in it. He's sort of digging his hands in there.
Sorry,
to
she was
pull
not
out.
thinking of that at all.
He pulls out 2 keys from the ashes. Right. So for that asshole priest you were talking about, I'm pretty sure at least one of these might open that room, if you need it.
Ah, Olga cracks her knuckles. Wasn't he supposed to be coming by today?
Wait, who?
The priest? She was supposed to be meeting him soon, right?
So he's probably waiting for us in the room if he's there. And if he isn't, we can wait for him. Hide about in whatever things that he has.
Oh, I thought he was coming here.
Well, he is. I'm just saying we could hide in the room before he comes if he isn't there. That's what I was saying.
Ah.
Assuming he isn't.
She actually looks impatient with the idea. She's like, I almost want to meet him halfway.
So wait a minute. Are you fine? Are you okay? Or...
Oh, this is just something that happens. I'm an Eladrin elf. Don't worry about it. She says it very firmly. Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. Probably rude of me to ask.
Yep. I get plenty of questions about that at times. I can answer your questions later, though.
Fine.
I mean, I'm about damn ready to get some answers.
Alright. So, so Slobberchop is basically kind of just... It's pretty clear that, he kind of feels he's kind of done. So you kind of see Slobberchop just sort of looking at the rest of you as he does a final meow, as he then just sort of scurries off.
Also, really quick.
Yep.
Would it be okay if we found a spot to end soon? Because I have to take that nap before the awful meeting.
Yep, so, yeah, just go ahead and get rid of Slobberchop, and we can go ahead and end it there, I think.
We get rid of Slobberchop. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only loose end I just kind of wanted to get rid of. Alright.
Wait, before you end, one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Willie is like, "Good job! We did it! Amazing! Wow! Come here!" And he's like, "Come here, you!" And he hops up, like, comedically high to reach and wrap his arms around Mortlock's, like, neck and give him a big, fat, cartoonish smooch.
Aww. And that's that's where we'll end it.
Ow, 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 ow.